What's happening, gang? It is the Gravy Gambles show for week 10 of the NFL season. Alex and Pat back on our bullshit again this weekend. I think I was 2-1 last week. Pat was 1-2
for like the third week in a row.
The third week in a row. On the season, Pat is 13-14. I am 14-12 and 1, just a slight lead, but it's really anybody's game at this point in the season. Hopefully we're going to be giving you guys 3 more winners apiece. I will start off since I guess I'm in the lead. I will go first off with the Titans -2.5 over the Broncos. This feels like a trap line, but I'm trying to go with my method that's worked well for me. It's keep it simple, stupid. I looked at it. I was like, Titans, no chance Titans don't beat the Broncos. They'll probably beat the Broncos by 3 points, right?
Yeah, Broncos are bad. Like, I don't think you can have trap lines with the Broncos because they're not good enough to even be a trap.
It's Tractor Cedo season too. Like, Derrick Henry's going to run all over them. Even though they have a good defense, it's like he's going to just wear you down. And then it's not like they're going to score points. So, like, you're good. Like, this could be a 7-3 game. We cover the spread on that.
Yeah, I mean, actually, as you talked, I just started thinking, too. I was like, what's the fucking over-under in that? Because that feels like an under game, right?
That seems like an under. I'll tell you, actually, let me segue into
38. Yeah, that's a low fucking over.
Let me segue into my next pick. And I tried to do the keep it simple, stupid, but I have been hooked on somebody. Somebody told me that over the entirety of the first 9 weeks of the NFL season, teams with a point spread of 9.5 or more, when there's a team that's favored by 9.5 points or greater, the under hits 64% of the time. Yeah, that's a fun little stat. The Chiefs are favored by 9.5 points. Chiefs, Jags. I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs, you look at an over for the Chiefs every single week just because you're like, oh, well, Patrick Mahomes is going to score 1 million points. The Chiefs, like, we're struggling to score against the Titans. Like, they're a good team, but they're one of those teams that's like they'll just beat you. They don't like they're so talented they don't have to do things until like they can fuck around and just beat you at the end. And like that's what I think we could have with the Jaguars. The Jaguars don't have a great defense, but I feel like the Jaguars could limit them. 50.5 is high. 50.5 is high. I don't think the Jaguars are scoring 28 points, you know? I don't think the Jaguars are scoring in the 20s. I think the Chiefs could. The Chiefs maybe could do this alone, but like I feel like it's an under. And because somebody said 64% of the time teams, when there's a team with a 9.5 point like spread or greater, they come like the under hits. It's like, all right, that's a pretty solid stat. I'm gonna ride with that for 1 week at least.
Yeah, I don't necessarily love that one just because the Titans always play the Chiefs well in the regular season. It's just what they do. Chiefs are going to be pissed off looking to score some extra points. And I don't know. I've been saying it all year. I like Jacksonville. I'm not saying for them to win, but to score some points, yeah. So I could definitely see that one going over. But
I would the under based on one stat that I heard.
Hey, that's a fun stat.
And then, yeah, it is a really fun stat. And it was one of those where I was like, light bulb. And then last one, I apologize in advance, Pat. And I hope I lose this one. I really hope I lose this one. But the Cowboys -5 over the Packers. Like, the Packers have not looked great. I don't know how Aaron Rodgers is going to like score against that Packers defense.
I believe it's 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, if the Packers weren't my team, I would have taken that. I can't pick against the Packers. But yeah, unless it's just a total trap game for the Dallas.
Which I would love. I would love.
So would I.
Beat the shit out of them. It's in Green Bay. The Packers always seem to have their number, but I was talking about it on another show that like everybody always is like, oh, well, you know, the Packers always have their number. Like, then this is going to be like the A&M getting LSU in a down year. We're like, see, it is a rivalry. And it's like, no. I think that really what you're looking at is just like you got them on a down year. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who in the hell Trevon Diggs is going to cover, but that takes away any one of our receivers, and then that leaves – I'm assuming he's going to go after Lazard.
Lazard, yeah.
Yeah, and which will take him away, and then we're left with a bucket of shit after that. Maybe Tunyon will get some play at tight end, but yeah, I'm gonna hate every second of watching this game. It's gonna be fucking awful. All of my friends are gonna be texting me, making fun of me the whole game because they're all Cowboys fans. I'm gonna hate it. It's gonna be brutal. Yeah. I like your pick though.
But I mean, it made sense. Keep it simple, stupid. I was like, all right, that defense against the lackluster offense so far this season. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Prove me wrong though. So Titans -2.5, Jaguars Chiefs under 50.5, and Cowboys -4.5 are my picks for the week. What do you have this week, Pat?
I'm trying to keep it simple like you. Right away, Miami -3.5. They should have covered last week. The Bears are just doing fuck shit right now. Like, your quarterback runs for 178 yards. Okay, I mean, fuck. Should have covered the 5 last week. They didn't because of that horse shit.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
That was brutal.
I actually was considering taking Miami. I put in a bet this afternoon on Miami money line. I was like, fuck it, dude. They can win this game, but like, I'm not betting them spread. They fucked me like 2 or 3 times already this season, just by like a half a point or like 2 points.
Yeah, and I don't think Cleveland can score with them. Cleveland has a really good defense, but the way Miami's rolling right now, nobody on the planet can stop that offense.
They have too many weapons.
And I mean, Jacoby Brissett is Jacoby Brissett. Unless they just are able to run it down Miami's throat the entire game and keep the ball out of Miami's hands, it's just, I don't know, Miami by 6, 7 is what
That's
I think.
It seems like, but Miami, like, you telling me that like
they put 30 every game.
That was a mortal lock for me last week. Was Miami over the Bears with the spread? Like, it was like 3.5. And it was just they couldn't do it. It was 4.5, I think, is what I got at. It was just
the
like
Bears finally the last 2 weeks learned how to drop an offense for Justin Fields. I mean, nobody would have thought it was going to happen 2 weeks in a row, but now it looks like they're actually figuring it out.
Nobody would have thought it.
Second pick, Giants -4.5. They're going to stomp the dog shit out of the Texans, right?
I hope so. I will be at this game. I will be.
Yeah, you're going to have boots on the ground for us.
Boots on the ground. I could not, in all consciousness, bet that, but like the Texans, I did scout it out last week. I went to the Texans Eagles game. Best team in the league is the Eagles, and the Texans played pretty good defense against them. The Giants don't have anywhere near the weapons on that offense. Like, I don't know. I'm hoping the Giants coming off a bye week are gonna have like fine-tuned things, but they have no receivers. Neither team has any receivers. I don't think Brandon Cooks is playing for the Texans, which is one more reason. And like, the Giants keep games close. I think they've had every single game besides their most recent loss to Seattle was decided by 1 score, and that's 4.5, which makes me nervous. And the Giants, I believe, are 0-1 as favorites this season. They lost to the Cowboys when they were 2-point favorites.
I mean, the Texans are one of the 2 worst teams in football.
I hope so, man.
After
Maybe
last week,
helmets, but they looked okay that game.
Before last week, I would have said they were the worst. The Colts might be just as bad. I know the Colts have 3 wins, but the way they are now, they might be just as bad. But Giants should be able to just run it down Texans' throat, and just eventually the Texans won't be able to keep running. Here's the craziest fucking stat I've ever heard.
They can wear them down.
I got a stat for you. This is the only hope that Houston has. Dameon Pierce has 678 rushing yards this year. 637 are after contact. He has 41 yards that aren't. Yeah, he has 41 yards for the whole year before contact. The other 600 yards are after contact.
A little life hack for you this season, at least up until the bye week. If you just bet running backs anytime touchdown scorers against the Giants, you hit more times than you don't. Travis Etienne. I think Dameon Pierce is a pretty easy one. I bet Kenneth Walker.
But they're going to load the box.
They're going to load the box, but like Dameon Pierce is good at like getting out of there, and like he's a guy. Like I don't think the Giants are going to shut him out. He can score on a goal line run. Like
but over the course of the game, Giants are going to pull away. Giants are going to pull away.
I would love it. Just beat the shit out of them, Giants.
Last pick. 2 horrible defenses going up against each other, and 2 offenses that can score a lot. Detroit, Chicago over 48.5. It's a lot of points.
Yeah.
And like in past years, if I had told you, dude, I'm going to take an over 48.5 between Detroit and Chicago, you'd be like, was that a double alternate line? Like, you're adding 20 points toward that line. But this year, I mean,
Aid.
Goff and them boys, they can score. Every week is another week that Swift is getting healthier. And even without him, Jamal Williams runs the ball really well in that offense. They can put up points.
Scary good running game.
And their defense is terrible. Chicago's offense out of nowhere is suddenly good. They're figuring out how to use Justin Herbert. And they've traded away every defensive piece that they have. Points. This game might be 24-21 at half.
No, I don't disagree.
So I saw that one, and I was just like, dude, that's an over. That's an over.
All right. So to recap your picks, Miami -3.5, Giants -4.5, Bears, Lions over 48.5. Those are our picks this week for the Gravy Gambles show. Best of luck if tailing us.
What were yours again?
If not, I had the Titans -2.5, Jags, Chiefs under 50.5, and Cowboys -4.5.
All right, we're going 6-0.
Yeah. Best of luck if you're tailing. Fuck you if you're picking against us. And I guess that's it. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat Dion on Twitter. Instagram. Follow our other podcast, Pass Gravy Podcast, at Pass Gravy Pod, wherever you follow things. And then we are also at Gravy Gambles on Twitter if you want to see all of our picks, not just for the NFL, but for everything every single day. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll talk to y'all next week. And best of luck if tailing.